My life. Why is it that at the beginning of a sexual relationship, the male does all the oral work? And if it works, months later, the female ends up doing it all. The story of my life. Sexual relationships, after another. But I always felt lonely. Sex in the City is my Bible. And best friends are my diary. I learned, don't write down what you don't want read. Someone told me one day the reason I look for men is because my father is not around. I don't know if that's true or not. By the time I was 17 and a half, I had slept with around 20 different guys, fallen in love twice with the wrong person, and more enemies than friends. Graduated from high school with no license, no job, not even enrolled in school. But I am determined that my clothing line will happen. But when? The older, the better. Is it true that older men are more mature? Do some men just decide they're going to stay bachelors for the rest of their life until their sperm and their balls dry up to dust? Older men intrigue me. Not all. Around a decade older, but young, muscular. The ones that look good, I like to watch them. How they react in relationships. One in particular, he lied about his age and hit on me and hit on every piece of pussy that walked. He had a 5-year-old. He had a bad habit of putting her in her room just for pussy. I guess that's why his child's mom didn't last living with him for more than a year and a half. Why is that no matter how ugly a man is, he always has the confidence to talk to a female out of his league? Usually for me, silence is acknowledging. Other things is a sign of hell no. I don't want to talk. Come to think of it, I think I should have been a man. I have a sex drive like a man, fuck like a man, and not attached at all. Even when I'm older, I think I'll be the same. The thought of a call. When is it wrong not to call him anymore? I mean, we did have a relationship, even though it was just sex. It was good sex. Over 2 years it's been, and I felt like I've been stuck beside him through everything. My friends, no one understands us, but we do. But it's all changed. The sex, the laugh, the fact that when he told me he just broke up with his girlfriend meant he was still dating her. I got past that and I told him, I know you're with me because you don't fuck her. What he does with me stays with us, and what he does with her stays with him. Recently, I find myself just waiting for his call and calling him all the time. But now, even with no man in my life, I got over him. Don't think my dick supply is low. It's not. But him, in particular, I still care about deeply. And if he can never call back, I probably still have sex with him again. But I would have to wait for him. Or me. I can't call. Because now I feel uncomfortable. And just happy without him. The 6 steps to my relationships. Stepping up to the base. Just approach me. Pick up the bat. Talk on the phone. Second base. Watching a movie in the dark with no sexual moves. Third base. Knowing where my birthmark is. Fourth base. An actual relationship. Home run? You're the happiest man ever. Did sports come from relationships or relationships from sports? Seriously. In games, there's always a struggle. You have to commit yourself, work really hard against opponents, and you're trying to get a score. In relationships, all you do is be quote-unquote committed to focus on getting that girl or guy, and you compete with others just to make a score. That perfect song. And isn't it weird when you hear that song on the radio or TV that relates to the situation you're in or a person you're involved with? Every time I hear a song, no matter what it is, it can relate to my life. Some songs I remember exactly what I was doing at that exact moment. Whether you're broken hearted or in love or falling in or falling out of love with someone, there's always a song for you. I can't understand jazz, I'm not knocking it, but most of the time it has no words. Not really nothing to make you feel the song. For me, it's R&B. It completes me. Even though I can't hit a note, they really mend my pain. Mom, can you love and hate someone at the same time? It could be anyone, a boyfriend, sibling, or in my case, my mother. I think the only reason I love her is because she's my mother. But she can irritate the shit out of me. Sometimes, when she tells me things, our family heritage, I just hope it's not being old and bitter and single. I hope that's not one of them. Nothing is the same about us. We don't like to do the same things. We don't have the same taste in music or even the same TV shows. Some people just say it's a mother-daughter thing and everyone goes through that. But I could actually see myself moving far and never making contact again. Just a relationship between us makes me have a boy, or better yet, no kids. I can't say I've been a saint, which I haven't, but when you're 17 and your mom still won't let you talk to boys on the phone, that's when she's a real stick in the mud. Nature is untouchable. Have you ever sat and thought how nature is so untouchable? I mean, birds chirp, but you really usually don't see them. Or you see where the rainbow is going, but you can never see or find the end of it. Or why caterpillars are so ugly, but eventually they turn into beautiful butterflies. I remember as a small child I asked, why is the sky blue and the grass is green? But when I got older I realized the sky is so many different shades of blue and purple, and the green never really stays green. Is it because I was little I never really looked at things? Or how I'm older and I analyze things so much? Nature is tricky, but it also relates to my life so well, expectedly. When it rains, I love the rain. But when it looks so gloomy at the time, but afterward, there's no trace. It seems like the sun shines brighter than ever. A fling. A fling is something you do to use the time till something else better comes along. If I could figure that out, it's probably a fling, but a guy can't admit to it. Who's the bigger sport, me or you? Can a fling be a long time? Like 2 years? Are you supposed to call after a fling? hell no. But what if it was more than a fling? What if it was your one and only? Maybe. I could think so. So how do you tell someone that you're thinking about them? And it could be more than a fling. They might think you're crazy and get a restraining order. I'll try not to become obsessed and infatuated. Does a fling have to be sex? I mean, we made out. It's very sexy. But we made each other feel really good. He got it in a little, but I told him to stop before he really got started. I'm not done with him yet. I find myself alone, 11 at night, eating chocolates, watching Sex in the City, calling my quote-unquote ex or sex partners. I just feel like crap. I'm thinking about just stopping having sex. I'm a Libra. And my characteristics are attachment, even though I might not want sex and attachment. Just doesn't mix. Once I cut everyone off, I just realized I was alone anyway. We learn differently. I like it when he leaves me so I can masturbate. I think you know I'm going to be successful. I also think you should make way more money. And we'll get whatever richer faster than me. And now you don't want to sign over your rights because you want to take my child from me. Because you're trying to do that now. Find a solution to the problem. Sometimes it just takes more than 3 tries. I want to get clean. I want to get a hug. I punish myself as well. I want to be like the Cosbys, the Addams Family, Family Matters, Partridge Family, Carter's, Love is Love. We can teach and learn how to love differently. Money will come. Do I binge or just purge? I know it's coming. It's what the fortune teller told me. The most genius people are the loneliest. I feel sick. I used to keep a diary until I read people and used it as blackmail. I learned how to express my feelings in alternate forms of art. The worst time is usually the best time. Stop bribing me. Sometimes life gives you unexpected alternate exits to the situations. Let's make a deal. Maybe we all have PTSD. The key to me are in my writing. I have to leave my commandments. What are the commandments you live by? Moral compass? Maybe he has a disguise or a digestive problem. No, it hurts too. Level up or stop playing. Everything is the way it's supposed to be. I will not be my only way, but I only know my way till I know a different way. We all are students. We all are teachers, and sometimes at the same time. Red flags are everywhere. I was a daddy's girl. I miss my dad. He taught me everything. I'm insane. I just drive everyone crazy. Is this what it feels like to be a witch? I said, Something was wrong. I felt it. I snapped. I saw it all coming. I tried to discreetly ask for help. I gave signals and white flags. Limitations have been met. If it was mine, I'd do it the same thing. I love all children. I treat all the same. Sane, handicapped, mentally challenged people as well. We all are people and have our own stories. I treat others how I want to be treated, but I'm not perfect. I learn new things about myself all the time. I've lived, but I've not lived everything. January 3rd, 2018. I saw my dad in me for the first time. At my utmost highest level. Whatever you decide, I understand. Sometimes you have to get pushed over the edge to fly. Everyone has flashbacks. Wisdom comes with mistakes. What is love versus hate? Love is passion for greatness. Hate is passion for the worst. Sometimes you have to show your true potential. The filthy rich widgets are the nightmares of the richest. They are the offspring, and they're no longer segregated by wealth and misfits. They live in a time where poverty no longer exists. There is no race, there is no color, and there is no separation of wealth because there is no tangible investments. We no longer have mirrors to see our reflections, only projections of virtual images. What we choose to see is what we believe. We only express our feelings with hieroglyphic facial expressions, lack of nature and natural nutrition. When we make it to 2786 limited edition, what is natural when 50 years ago we envisioned the Jetsons? And it is just now 2018, and we still can't get past humiliation of the different races. The filthy rich widgets are the ones that put a price on time and space and die slowly because out of the fountain of youth is no longer water but DNA we just erased. We are no longer humans but boards that when the wind and wonder, the orbit is questioning the same question we all had before. Like, what are we here for? But we are all just reincarnations of a new generation that face new temptations and a new presentation. Because energy never dies. And history always repeats itself. It's the same reason a cat has 9 lives, and the curiosity always killed it. But now we live forever because we're bionic men, because we built a world of convenience, of something. Of some things that go wrong and we can just 3D print it. We can just push a button and poof, it exists. Filthy rich widgets. are the lucky children of our grandchildren that finally inherited the use of tickets to live in another planet, leaving behind the stepbrothers and sisters they had and poverty-restricted parents that are now the new slaves Earth has rejected and injected by a chip that today will be the most convenient thing, because we can swipe ourselves and not a piece of plastic. We realize that, but we just gave our freedom to the same people that control population, and no longer do they have desires. They have contamination of bombs or gases to kill us, but in a room with a button that controls the chip, they can just flip and the lights out, thinking we still don't know the difference.